Not see timber on the Zoom for what it's worth.
Vibrates.
She's
then
going to call
the
in.
next one. Build it up some more. So that was those.
Alrighty. If we could all please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Timber and door.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Alrighty, we'll let these other folks in here. All right, we'll call this meeting to order at 7:01 p.m. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Von Crooks,
Councilwoman Von Crooks, do we have you online virtually here?
looks like not yet.
Yeah, there's
All
a phone
right.
number there. I'm not totally sure. That's hers.
I don't think so. Benedetti,
Here.
Kiabawatan,
Present.
Pate. Here. Perugi,
Here.
Rodriguez,
Councilwoman Rodriguez?
Unmuted.
Yep, she is unmuted but can't. Oh, it's my sound here, I think, maybe. Let's see if this is.
That is her on the phone. That's her number.
Oh, Councilwoman Rodriguez, we able to hear you this time? Let's see. How about now?
She should be, she's knocked off on the video there.
If you
All
want
right,
to
yeah.
pass that down.
I wonder if these settings are
That cast number is timber.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, all right.
on. Is there a way to check these settings?
The other people on Zoom can hear them. FYI.
Oh.
Debbie, did you hear what I said? The other people on Zoom can hear them?
The other people on Zoom hear her.
I know. I could-
Okay, just we can't.
Yep, or that's text message.
Yep, that's on the right thing.
Can they raise their hand to vote or something?
Hey, Dean, can you fix that? Is all that stuff on over there? Is all that on over there?
All right, we seem to go from, we get one issue fixed and another one lets us down.
Yep. Okay, let's see. Are either of you able to raise your hand to indicate you're present here? We'll see if that's
Well, you gotta,
use the raise hand feature.
it'd be good if Councilwoman Rodriguez would up on the FaceTime instead of the phone.
Well, yeah, but we can't hear is the problem, and I'm about 10 seconds away from never using Zoom again. here. So this is about to be the last option we have for this.
Get pricey on Microsoft.
All right, well, we're just gonna have to move right along. I don't know what to do about the sound on this laptop here, so. We've got Councilwoman Rodriguez and Councilwoman Von Crooks here virtually.
Okay. And then Rezepa,
Here.
quorum present. Mayor Rezepa,
All right, next up, I'll keep plugging away at this. Let's see if we're able to figure something out. But if not, yeah, this Zoom thing's gonna have to go. So we'll go with the minute approval for the January 17th, 2023 meeting.
So moved.
Support.
Moved and supported. Any further discussion? Seeing none, it is unanimously so ordered. All right, next up, we have the CE Rains Pacer Study Report. We have Bruce here from CE Rains to give a report regarding surface conditions on the roads in the city here that was conducted over the summer and fall. If we could have a motion to make this part of the regular meeting.
So moved. Support.
Moved and supported. Seeing any further discussions, unanimously so ordered. So, feel free to take it away.
Okay, the only thing is I gotta get my PowerPoint
written down.
Doesn't seem to correspond with us, right? You notice the difference in the streets and stuff.
Down your street 6 times a day.
Me too. Yeah, church, so you just had it. Oh gosh, it's been 15 years.
I don't even see it
16
here.
or 17, I'm on page 2.
I'm on page 7.
We had our sewers replaced, so they paved the whole street.
Cherry is another one. Yeah, a lot of streets I go down.
So is this not connecting then too?
Nope, that's not connecting either.
Okay, well, we'll have to skip ahead without the PowerPoint portion, unfortunately, so.
Well, thank you for letting me be here tonight and be able to discuss the PASER study that we did. And the acronym PASER stands for Pavement, Surface, Evaluation, and Rating Study. PASER was conducted, like the mayor said, over the early or late summer and early fall. And basically what they used to do to collect all the surface data, whether to have a band, it was from the Grand Valley Metro Council. And it basically was equipped in the rear with cameras, lasers, and GPS locating to collect all the data. The city has 60 center miles of roadway. And basically, the PASER system itself is a rating from 1 to 10. 1 being the very worst, almost can't drive down it, and 10, which would be a brand new road. And I got some examples of that. Of course, I can show it to you, but anyways, like a rating at the bottom is like a rating of 2, means that the concrete is very cracked, it's displaced, it's moving up, moving around, and basically the only thing left that you can do is to remove and replace, and that's a structural type repair that has to be done. 9 again, the rating, let's say at 9, it's like a brand new road that may be only a year old. And down below you have the PASER map there on the easel with all the different colors and things like that. That is known as, it's titled as what we call a good, fair format. It's pretty straightforward. All the good roads are in green, all the fair ones are in yellow, and the red are poor. A good rating is a rating that is basically higher than an 8. And then fair is 5 to 7, and a poor is 1 to 4. In Trenton, the number of miles that are rated as good is just 2.032 miles, or 3.36% of all the roads that the city has. There's also the condition rating of 4, which is a rating of 5 to 7. There are 43.5 miles of road that are rated between a 5 and a 7 out of the 60 miles that centerline miles the city has, and that's basically a percentage of 72%. And the poor rating, 1 to 4, is 14 miles, 14.7, and that's 24.33. put the plate out to 100 because there's some small distances that are not rated. So that's how they break down in the good fair forest summary. And a little more analysis that we did, it's kind of, it's more, shows a better picture of how things are. And that is the, what's called remaining service life, or RSL. And that is, with the PISA rating, they can calculate the, how much remaining service life there is, how many years it will take it to reach a 4, a rating of 4. The rating 4 is a critical stress point. After you get to, the rating gets to a 4, it starts to go under. That means that those streets that are rated that are going to have a more substantial work done to them. Basically, either remove and replace the road, or like with a asphalt road, you have to be, deep milling or crushing of the existing asphalt with new pavement put over top. The key to all this, and basically all the PASER rating and the asset management planning, are the ones that are rated fair. Here in Trenton, the ones that are, there's 37.5 miles of streets that have 5 to 10 years of service life left. When you get down below the 1 to 4 rating, there's less than 5 years. And then it goes, it will go, as you see, in that PASER where we have the inventory in your, in the asset management, is actually negative numbers. So as far, that means it goes far beyond its useful life and the placement. The ones that are, have the service remaining 5 to 10 years, those are the ones that we like to focus on. Because what we want to do is we want to keep those roads from slipping to the 4th category of, we're only 3 years away from being possibly a 4. And so that the time to concentrate on those, look at those and basically section and crack sealing to hold those going into the main service life of 5 years. Again, the remaining service life, more than 10 years is 6.7 miles. Remaining service life 5 to 10 is the 37.5, and the less than 5 years is 0.8. So those, in that area, the 5 to 10 and less than 5 years are the areas that need address, so you do not slip into the category of 1 to 4. Because once you're there, then you're spending obviously a lot of money to remove and replace those. And that's simply trying to benefit that extend the life of the road less than 5 years. Am I now to the first page of the big, has the asset management plan on it? And this is where we talk about how we go about doing this and what the city's process plans are for the future. In order to do this study, we follow the asset management guide for local agencies in Michigan. There is a guide that's published by the Michigan Department of Transportation. And it also says that basically they recommend that every city in the state use the PASER system to determine their needs for their roads. And so that's what we do. The PASER, or the asset management plan, at one time used to have to be approved by the state, but cities under $100,000 do not have to be approved by the state. The Asset management is an ongoing process of maintaining, upgrading, and operating physical assets cost effectively based on a continuous physical inventory and assessment. The asset management council also further expands its definition into some other areas, and basically it's identifying needs is that's the part we're at right now. We've done the, collecting all the data. We know basically every road segment in, Trenton is. They do them in segments, which is basically about block, like cross street. There are about over 600 segments that were analyzed and assigned a Phaser rating and the remaining service life. And from there we go and we look at our establishing goals and objectives. And the goal and objectives is basically to help keep the roads that are rated like 5 from slipping to 4, and then some do work on the ones that are rated 1 to 4 floor. Evaluate, our goal is to keep the Phaser rating from going any lower. I apologize for this. Okay, from going any lower. So, and our monetary goals are to keep that, keep the rating and further extend the life of the road, so we are not having to, the city's not having to pay larger sums to repair the roads that have gotten to a below a 4. Next thing, third thing is below is the street inventory that we have in the current ratings for that, and they include all the city's local and major streets. Like I said, there's about 600 segments there, and if you would, could you please turn to page 29 and the asset management plan. And at the bottom here, there's just a little bit of analysis to see what the conclusions are of the inventory. Again, the city hit, the city center line miles are 6.415, and the Phaser average is 5.995, which is good. Actually, it's very good. Just that's something I know just being to learn this, but we should be proud of that. Your roads are, the average is that almost 6 mark, which puts it into the area where you're concentrating on doing more types of things like cracking, joint sealing, and sectioning, and things like that. Those roads there. So the success has been pretty good. If you look at the map, you see the predominant color there is yellow, and there are some reds and some greens too. But those ones you see are yellow are the ones that are rated anywhere from a 5 to a 7. And their remaining service lives are gonna be in the 7, 5, and 3-year period. So again, those are the reasons why the Phaser will be, especially the 5s, something into the category. The evaluation here, you'll see some that are dated 2021 in the columns. Those are data that we got from SEMCOG, and we use that data. They every so often they use Phaser rating on roads that are what we call federal aid eligible. I did that a little bit more, but they do that for us, and we decided to use it since it's 2021. So that was less roads that we actually had to, the city had to pay for the Phaser study itself. Again, if you go to the needs codes, routine maintenance, that's 8 through 10, that's a lot of joint sealing and crack sealing. Preventative maintenance, 5 through 7, is where you're getting more sectioning, repairing catch basins, and things like that to help keep them in that range. And then the ratings 1 to 4 are the structural improvements. That's where you're replacing sections and larger areas of the 30. We did a kind of a funding and cost allocation for the years 2023 through 2025. This is the allocation the city gets through the Michigan Transportation Fund, which is the revenue generated by the gasoline tax. We have it divided into major and local. What predicted revenues are going to be for the next 3 years. 2025, that projected allocation is the same as 2024 because the 2025 allocation has not been released by MDOT. The comptroller here in Saul said that you've been dividing it 65 by 35%, and you get great results. So I recommended that we just stay there. 65% of revenue goes toward the capital preventive maintenance. That's more replacing sections of roads, and the routine maintenance is street sweeping and compaction, crack filling and stuff like that. So I also noticed that I kind of want to point this out to you because we've had some success in other cities with this. Is possibly the road millage. What we've done like 3 or 4 about 4 communities. We did a PASER and asset management plan, and the city used it to talk to all their citizens about road millage, a specific millage for roads, and what we're going to do with the money, and where we're going to be working and things like that. And a lot of them, they're on ballot initiatives, so people had the choice to whether they wanted to do this, and they were successful in the communities that we did. And the village, like I say, was dedicated specifically to the roads, and there was a lot of work that got done, and they're very positive response to that. Another city we just finished up a 8-year program working on their roads, and just did collected the PASER data. First did it, they were rated a 4, and now they're a 6. So they some significant gains in their. So I just putting it out there as a way to possibly finance it and do some more roads. One city did it as kind of pay as you go. As they collected the money, they did the work. So village came in, village money came in, they did the work to about that exact amount. Did it every year for 8 years. The goals, assuming the funding for road maintenance remains constant, I guess the council goal will be to maximize the service life of every city street, applying a mix of fixes. I've been kind of talking about that. The idea is to do all types of fixes, and that is the same thing. I've been seeing cracking joints and sectioning, and then major replacements. Street sweeping, and as I said, seal, crack, shoulder work, capital preventive maintenance, and that's structural, non-structural type of work. That's where you get into larger, longer street replacements. Over a 3-year period from 2023 to 2025, improve the pavement conditions to the point where at least 60% of the city's local major streets require only routine maintenance. I'm way to you're pretty close to that right now. And over a 5-year period, almost 70% of the paved streets will require only routine maintenance. And just trying to go over, this is how the asset management, this plan works throughout the city. And with the city of Trenton, the council is responsible for designation of the street administrator by resolution of council. And during form 2012, designated the street whenever, then we always have to pass it when there's a new street administrator designated. And I believe the street administrator is our Soil Spot, right, team?
That's correct.
I thought so. He was the engineer for the owner of our company. coordination with the city engineer, the street administrator is responsible for ensuring the ongoing inspection and evaluation of city streets and bridges. Information gathered will be analyzed and used to provide appraisals and up-to-date the city's asset management plan and annual asset management page, the AR, that's the annual report to the city submits to MDOT. Accurate record keeping is critical, and programs to work. Time and attendance will be maintained to reflect accurate accounting of all road work activities, including the type of time of work. And outsource. The street administrator will work in harmony with the city engineer to identify and prioritize candidate road projects, including cost estimates for consideration by the council in conjunction with the city's annual budget review process. The city administrator also identifies any major street projects that require consideration by the Wayne County Federal Aid Committee for federal highway funding. And that's like kind of touched on a little bit earlier. We have some roads in the city that are qualified for what's called STPU program. That's a surface transportation urban grant from basically through the state and the Federal Highway Administration. These projects, the applications have to be submitted I think it's towards the end of March. One of the requirement is you have to have an up-to-date traffic count of the street grant. The Federal Highway Administration pays for about little over 80%, and the local community pays 19%. The grant will also pay for the construction engineering, which means inspection and contract administration, but the city has to pay 100% for the design of the road. They come out every year, and they have a few roads that I think are Grange, Harrison, Veterans Parkway, and that I'm not sure off with that little turnoff piece between 4th Street and Sibley Road, kind of a curve you get off right there. That's that known as talk about more, looking at what streets can be done, and see if there's any interest. The administrator is responsible for summoning road and street data for the completion of the street financial report and asset management page for ADRs. These reports are submitted chronically. So again, just as the city as a whole, you're in pretty good shape with road wise, but it needs to doing the effort that you've been doing, and maybe some funding to try to keep things improving with the laser average against, you're like 75% of well, actually about 80% of the city's roads are kind of in that 10-year to less than a year from heading, going in a pacer rate, dropping into the area of one before where you have to do more work and spend money. So again, it was good to see a lot of this. This is another one I do and see them as well. So something to be proud of. So with that is my presentation. So I'm open for questions.
Great. Well, thank you very much, Bruce. Certainly appreciate that. So we'll open up to the group for questions. We'll start with Councilman Perugia.
Hi, Bruce. On page 29, there's basically the whole page is 0 across the board.
Yep.
Is there a particular reason why that is?
There is. Ed Brangwyn, your Act 51 map. I kind of looked at most of these. I looked at all of them, and I just looked at some of them again today, and I thought this might be a question. We'll take Dunlap Avenue as an example, zeros. It shows on the Pazer map, this section where Dunlap comes into 4th Street. If you look at the Pazer map, the road actually goes across 4th Street to the other side. And I don't know if that's a leftover from, was it a boulevard?
Yeah.
Or dividing highway?
Oh, yeah.
But it's in there. And,
They used to cross over.
let's see here. Cherry Street, if I remember correctly, extends beyond, Riverside Drive towards the water.
Yeah.
Uh,
I drive that.
we were, obviously, King Road is the dirt road off of, Sibley that goes to the water plant. And, Range is actually that part of Range, I can't remember the crossroad, but it goes, the crossroad goes south, and it's like a bike trail that goes to, there's the railroad tracks there.
Okay.
That's still on there. Actually, there's like, another thing I kinda looked at too was, we got checked into is on West Jefferson, like near Helen Street. For some reason, you got the two lanes of the boulevard, and you have the spot where you have the crossover to go in. That little crossover says it's a city road. So, a bunch of little things that I've come across, you know, the street names and stuff like that, you know, that we need to take a look at. But that's why they are on there. I think it is, another one is, I think it's this street, crossed all the railroad tracks to the other side. Yeah, that's still on the map. And actually, when I looked at the Google map, you can still see the road in between the tracks.
Oh, it's there.
Yeah, well, my concern would be that we're not getting a full picture of what our true passer rating is. It could drop based on how these roads are. I don't see them improving it to the point going up above 6, but I kind of like a better, you know, feel of what's going on.
Yeah, I didn't use any of these in the average.
Right, I understand that, but I'm saying is, if we were to use them, it could potentially drop that average down, and yeah, and then therefore, we're in a little bit more of a challenging spot.
Yeah, but what could, you know, the thing is that we gotta discuss for next time around, you wanna go through the process of deleting this, taking it off.
Yeah, there's that question too, yeah. Thank you, Bruce.
Councilwoman Pate?
Yeah, I have a question. For example, let's just say something right now has a rating of a 5. If we maintain that road, we do the sealing and the things that you mentioned, does that mean it can stay at that rating? Or do we assume that next year it has to be a 4, the next year it has to be a 3, et cetera?
If you do nothing to it,
Well, that's kind of my question. Like, am I going to assume that a 5 means 5 years from now it's definitely going to be rated a 0? Or is that something that if we do the proper maintenance for it can stay a 5, let's say?
okay, if you do the proper maintenance, the rating will go up.
Okay.
It'll increase. All depends on what you do. You'll do like crack and joint sealing, you'll get a. It's all based on what they call the deterioration curve. Basically, it starts out pretty, you know, when it's brand new, it starts out pretty flat, and then it gets to a certain point that it really starts to, you know, take a really dive down, and then it hits this point, the number 4, and then it kind of goes past 4, then it goes past 4, and then it kind of flattens out and kind of stays there, you know. So the lowest it really can go is a 1. But where it shows up at is the remaining service life. If you look on page 29, like True Act, it's 9.8. So that's telling you that that goes well beyond its useful life. So you know, so that's what will happen. It'll stay at 1, but it'll remain service life.
Okay, so I'm not sure it answered my question. Like on page 21, you have a portion of Third Street is rated a 5 right now. So do I assume that if we just maintain that, even just minimal, it will stay a 5? Or,
Stay at 5 or go to the 6.
okay, all right. If we do nothing, then we can assume that road will crack and deteriorate and,
If you look at the remaining service life, they'll tell you what, you know, cross the line to, you know.
well, it says 3 years in this example, so.
Nothing for 3 years, it's gonna go into the 4 or 3.
So if that's a 5, we do nothing, in 3 years, it'll get to a 4. Okay, got it. Okay. Thank you.
All right, any other questions up here? So Dora and Councilwoman Timber, I think that we might be able to hear you now. We've kind of reconfigured something, so if you guys have any questions, if you want to come off mute or shout it out, do you have your volume up on that?
Sure do.
Oh, all right, not hearing anything. So we've got you, connected here through another phone up here. But all right, well, seeing no further questions, thank you a ton, Bruce. I think this is going to be very helpful for our long-term planning and everything that goes along with that, for sure.
When you look at the map, you got any questions about the rating, why something is the color it is, or anything like that, please let us know. So, talk about it and actually go out and look at it and see what's going on.
Great.
Again, thank you very much.
Yep, thank you very much. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Thanks, Bruce.
All right, next item we have on the agenda of a proclamation for Certified Registered Nurse Anesthetist Week. Whereas certified registered nurse anesthetists are advanced practice registered nurses providing anesthesia care to patients in the United States for more than 150 years. CRNAs are the original anesthesia experts among the nation's most trusted professions. We'll skip some of the whereases on the history and get down to whereas CRNAs are trusted anesthesia experts on the front lines caring for patients safely and compassionately, delivering specialized, cost-effective care to all patients from newborns to seniors for every type of procedure in all types of facilities. Whereas CRNAs courageously are serving on the front lines of the ongoing coronavirus pandemic using their advanced skills in airway management, intubation, and ventilator management to care for the sickest patients. Therefore, I, Stephen Rizeppa, as mayor of the city of Trenton, do hereby proclaim the week of January 22nd to 28th as Certified Registered Nurse Anesthetist Week. If we could have a motion to make that part of the regular minutes.
So moved.
Moved and supported. Do we have any further discussion? Councilwoman Pate?
I just want to make a call out to a Trenton resident who happens to be a CRNA. His name is Paul Emmons, and he's a friend of ours, but he also works in the Beaumont system here in Trenton and other places, and he's a great guy, and he's been through a lot. Like as you mentioned, in the pandemic, there was a picture of him and all of the gear that he was in, and just kind of showing people what we were going through. But he's taking good care of our Trenton residents, hopefully at Beaumont, and we're happy to have him here in Trenton.
Great, thank you. Any further discussion? Seeing none, it is unanimously so ordered. Thank you all. So we'll go to public comment now regarding items on today's agenda. This portion of public comment is reserved exclusively for items that are on today's agenda. Anyone using Zoom, if you could either under participants or reactions, raise your hand, and we'll get you queued up from there. We'll go to folks in person first, then those on the Zoom. If anyone wishing to speak could begin with their name and address, direct all questions through me, and please limit their comment to 5 minutes. All right, not seeing any. Move right on along. Next up, we have under appointments, requesting this body's approval for the reappointment of William Jasmine to the Planning Commission for a term expiring February 1st, 2026.
So moved. Support.
Moved and supported. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, could you please call the roll?
Do you want me to even try with Timber and go?
Yeah, we'll try with them. Yeah, I think they should be able
Okay.
to through Dean's phone here.
Okay, Benedetti,
Yes.
Campbell-Watton,
Yes.
Pate,
Yes.
Perugi,
Yes.
Rodriguez. Is that
The
working?
volume up there.
Yeah. Try one more time, Dora.
She's got the thumbs up on the screen. Yeah, this must be a stranger Zoom thing because we've got you connected into a separate one here. And it's still not working, so it's not just the computer. I don't know if that's encouraging or not, but all right.
All right, and Rizeppa
Abstain?
and Von Crooks. Don't think we're going to be able to hear her either. So with that, motion carries, Mayor Rizeppa.
All right, thank you, Madam Clerk. Next up, we will go to, we've got SEMCOG. We'll go to our delegate, Councilwoman Pate here. We've got the 2023 annual membership dues.
Thank you. I'd like to move to approve the annual SEMCOG membership dues in the amount of $2,568 with funding from the account 101-101-958.
Support.
So,
Moved and supported. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, it's unanimously so ordered. Thank you. We've got first under department heads and officials, our city administrator, chiller repair at City Hall. Dean?
Yeah, thank you, Mayor and Council. Before you have a quote for a chiller repair that we've been waiting on for parts and everything for quite a while from Guy and Missler. They now have all the parts and the availability to address the system. It's a repair leak on chiller circuit number 1, and ask that you approve the attached quote in the amount of $6,740.
So moved.
Support.
Moved and supported. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, it's unanimously so ordered. Thank you. Next up, we have 2 items from our controller, Ms. Saul here. First being Public Act 202, fiscal year 2022, determination of underfunded status and in corrective action letter. You did decide to join us down here.
Well, I hear these microphone works, so, thank you, Mayor. So before you, I have a letter from the state. It just gives, that they have determined our OPEB fund is underfunded and that we are currently in a corrective action plan, and they have certified that we are in compliance. Woo-hoo. Being in compliance, our plan was that we would pay $50,000 a year extra into the OPEB fund for 5 years. This is our last payment in fiscal '23. And that's all I had. And then we can decide during the budgeting process for fiscal '24 whether we want to continue that.
Great.
Okay?
Yeah. Do we have a
Oh,
motion?
so moved.
Support.
Moved and supported. Is there any further discussion?
I just want to congratulate the city on getting to this point and feel a lot better moving forward. Thank you.
Thank you.
We like when those numbers go in good directions, so go. Any further discussion? Seeing none, it's unanimously so ordered. And we'll let you take this next one here, Karen. Financing of a McNeilus 28-yard side load packer.
Okay, so we received a second trash truck. I know I was already up here about the first one, and this was budgeted to be financed this year. It is here, correct, Kevin? And so we'll need to go out for financing for that. But we are also waiting delivery on a special pickup truck later this fiscal year. And I would like to finance them at the same time because we'll save money with the bond attorney and with the bank. I can do them separately if you prefer, but I just think that that's probably the better plan.
Yep, so moved.
Support.
Moved and supported. Is there any further discussion? Nope. Seeing none, it's unanimously so ordered.
Thank you.
Karen. All right, next up, we have Elizabeth Perry, Human Resources Director, Agreement with Gallagher Benefit Services, Inc. for Employee Benefit Consulting Services. Elizabeth?
Hello, thank you. So tonight's the conclusion of what has become an arduous RFP process for an employee benefits consultant. So this was a collaborative effort among the members of the Healthcare Committee as well as the city administrative team. And tonight, I'm seeking your approval and authorization to enter a partnership with Gallagher Benefit Services. We believe that this partnership will help secure Trenton to become, or to continue to be a preferred employer by securing solid and competitive benefits while being sensitive to budgetary constraints. Todd Urich from Gallagher Benefits is also here if you had any questions for us.
Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Support.
Moved and support. Any further discussion? Councilman Peruggi?
Moving forward, how long is it anticipated process to get to a conclusion?
So they will be our benefits consultants. So with regards to designing benefits, we will be hitting the ground running tomorrow. The contract is effective March 1st. We'll be meeting with the Healthcare Committee, analyzing, and so you will start to see changes. We're hoping effective January 1st of 2024. Of course, part of this is subject to negotiations, which we'll be entering soon for the July 1st. So I think that there'll be some positive changes coming forward.
Thank you.
Yep.
Great. Any further discussion? Seeing none, it's unanimously so ordered. Thank you very much, Elizabeth. All right, next up, our police chief, Chief Oakley, request to purchase 2023 Chevy Traverse LT.
Thank you, Mayor. This is a really different perspective.
It doesn't feel like it, does it?
Right. I'll keep it brief. You have all the supporting documentation, but I'm seeking your approval to purchase a 2023 Chevy Traverse. This vehicle would be designated for our officer assigned to Homeland Security investigations, which we're just getting started on the process. We're doing interviews with HSI next week, and they'll make their selection. We hope to have that officer assigned around the end of the month. This vehicle was budgeted for in the fiscal '23 budget, and the purchase, if approved, will come out of account 101-301-982-000.
So moved. Support.
Moved and supported. Any further discussion? Councilman Peruggi.
Yes, Chief. Were there other vehicles in consideration besides this vehicle?
You know, there were, but for this vehicle, you know, that we have certain needs for this vehicle. We need a vehicle that's pretty spacious. But the group that this person will be assigned to, they'll be working with a handful of federal agents, and the majority of them drive Tahoes, Explorers, that kind of thing. And just because of the kind of work they do, we can't have our officer in the same type of vehicle they're all in. But anything smaller than that just wouldn't have enough space to fit their needs. So that's ultimately why we decided on this vehicle.
Thank you, sir.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, it's unanimously so ordered. Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
All right, late items. We have one here this evening from our Parks and Recreation Director, Mr. Beaker, our Trenton Ice Show costumes.
Thank you, Mayor. We are continuing to get the 55th Annual Ice Show underway. Currently, we have over 70 participants registered, and it's time to order the costumes. The costumes have been chosen from Weissman's. As we know, supply chains have been limited in some instances, and costumes are one of them that is still limited. In order to hold the costumes so that we may receive your approval, until we receive your approval, we placed a refundable deposit of $1,288.44. With council approval, the remainder of the payment will be made for $4,651.72 for a total of $5,940.16. The cost of the costumes will be offset by registrations that have already been collected for the event. Just looking for your approval to purchase the Ice Show costumes.
Moved and supported. Any further discussion? Seeing none, it's unanimously so ordered. Thank you,
Thank you very
Tim.
much.
All right, next up, we have our disbursements and statements, and then our reports. So I'll go to Mayor Pro Tem Pate. for
Thank
this.
you. I'd like to move to approve the authorized disbursements of February 6, 2023, in the amount of $4,939,886.58.
Support.
Moved and supported. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, it's unanimously so ordered.
Okay, I'd also like to move to approve the City Beautiful Commission minutes, January 4th, 2023, the Fire and Police Pension Board draft minutes of January 25th, 2023, and the Retiree Healthcare Benefit Plan Board draft minutes, January 25th, 2023.
Support.
Anyone? All right. Moved and supported. Any further discussion? Seeing none, it's unanimously so ordered. All right. Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem.
Thank you.
All right, I'll tell you other council business here, just a couple brief items that I have. Did want to thank the Rotary Club and the Trenton Business Association for hosting the State of the City address earlier this afternoon. I know that they had that streaming. I think that they'll be putting it on social media soon as well, and we'll try and get that on our city website. But got to highlight all the good things going on in all our departments across the city. And talk about what makes Trenton so great. So I would definitely encourage any folks watching this who, I guess, haven't watched every council meeting over the past year to tune in to get a decent summary of everything we've had going on and all the cool stuff that folks here are doing. So do want to, again, thank them for hosting that. And then thank both our Recreation Department and all of our volunteers and the folks that put all the effort into the showcase this weekend. That is certainly no small feat for all parties involved to make sure it goes seamlessly over the course of 3 days with folks coming from all over the state, country, and even internationally. So really had a great event there, and it coincided great with our Winterfest this weekend too. So got a lot of positive feedback. Want to thank John McNally and his law office for coming up with that idea and kind of picking up the ball and running with it. But then dozens and dozens of other businesses and vendors that participated in some way or another, and then the DDA and the other folks that worked on sponsorships and things like that too. So all told, a lot of good stuff going on here the past weekend, and very excited about it. So that's all I have for right now. We'll give it a shot here again just to see if we can possibly hear Councilwoman Rodriguez or Councilwoman Von Crooks. I don't think so, but if you guys wanted to shout anything out, but we'll try and get that situated. If not, get anything there. No.
Oh, got something.
Oh, we can hear Councilwoman Rodriguez this time.
Sorry, you guys can you hear me now?
It's very quiet, but
Well, if you can hear me, I'd like to say hello to everyone. I hope everyone is doing well. I'm hoping that I'll be back on my feet soon. It looks like they had a wonderful Winterfest this weekend. I saw the pictures online, all the ice sculptures, the businesses, all of the participants. It looked really great. And that's all I have for tonight. Thank you.
great. Thank you very much, Councilwoman. I'm glad we were able to get that situated too. Councilwoman Von Crooks, do you have anything?
Can you hear me or no?
Yes, actually. Woo.
So you can?
Yep, we can hear you now.
Okay, great. I'd like to thank everybody. Hopefully I will be back on my feet soon too. And I just want to thank everybody for what they've done all weekend and stuff in the city of Trenton. The Winterfest was unbelievable. I got a lot of great feedback, and so many businesses participated, and that we did the ice sculptures, and the people loved them in town. And John McNally and his crew, unbelievable. They brought light to the city of Trenton again, and he just does so much, tirelessly. And all the proceeds went to the disabled American veterans. So that was just a wonderful, attribute for them. So everything's going well. I hope to be back real soon too. And that's all I really have to say. Thanks.
Great. Thank you very much, Councilwoman, and we definitely hope to have you back very, very soon as well here too. All right.
Thank you.
Of course. All right, Councilman Benedetti.
Nothing really, Mayor, except, thank Mr. McNally for a great job with downtown this weekend. It's good to see businesses wanting to do stuff and sponsor things down there. It's just like when you look at the Trenton Mercantile Market and the different businesses downstairs or downtown with the Lobster Fest and everything. It's great to see them getting involved in the city, trying to make it a better place for people to come to. Hats off to Tim Beaker and his group. Was not able to go to the ice rink this weekend, had other stuff to do, but when we did drive by, my grandson says, "Why are there so many cars there? And why are they making people pay to park?" And I says, "Well, because there's teams from all over." So it was a good thing. It's good to see those people in Trenton, and who knows, maybe some will move here at some point in time. Besides that is it.
Great. Thank you very much, Councilman. Councilwoman Pate.
Yeah, I just will echo all the thanks that are going out to literally everybody in the city for putting on several events this weekend, the Hockey Fest, the Winter Fest, and the Swim Fest. There was also a Wayne County meet with 50 to 70 different coaches and players from Wayne County, including Grosse Points. And, Trenton really had a great time to shine that weekend. And I did spend a little bit of money and did a lot of volunteering and, just getting the word out to everybody. And I think, the festival has to continue and we need sponsors. So if anyone is interested in helping out next year, they would probably, want that help. And, we can only do more things every year if we get more support and people come and like it. And, they can add to it every year. So that's great. And I'm just really happy that all the businesses are, hopefully, cooperating, and a lot of them bought the sculptures for their businesses, and it's just good to see everybody talking to each other and pitching in and helping each other out. And then I also want to give some kudos to the Trenton Theater Group. I believe they're going to the state championship in their competitions, and maybe Nelson, you know a little bit more about that, but just wanted to say kudos to them. And just wondering if I heard a little bit about Riverside today, and I don't want to put you on the spot, but if you have any updates for not only my neighborhood, but all the thousands of people that drove by and were asking me about what's going on there, maybe this would be a good time to give us a little update.
Yeah, actually had a couple conversations with the people from the Riverside project today, and the fuel tank has been removed. There's a hole in the ground. They have testing sent out for soil samples and the water and everything that's there. So that's moving along, and they anticipate prepping the heavy equipment that's on scene to hopefully start demolishing the professional building in the coming days.
Oh, wow, okay.
So.
There was a question from a neighbor, or not, well, it's not, I think they're on the other side. A constituent was asking if there was a dust plan, and I think there was, but I didn't want to say for sure if you have some information on that.
Yes, there is, and they already have air monitoring in place, and that is a requirement of the demolition project, is they have to have air monitoring in place. But I will tell you too that got the test results for all the asbestos throughout all the buildings except for the basement, which has still got water in it. And they're all below, significantly below the acceptable levels of contamination, everything. So the buildings are, as far as that goes, are in good shape going forward, so.
All right, very good news.
Good shape to come down.
Good enough.
Yeah, and that was the good news that Mayor Rizeppa shared today, and that was a very nice luncheon today, and thank you for all that you're doing for the city and moving us forward. And it was, I hope everyone gets a chance to see the speech. There's so much data about all the things we're doing to modernize and move the city forward, so thank you.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it more than I.
You were on the spot, not me. I was eating all that dessert that was in front of us.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Councilwoman. Appreciate that. Councilman Perugia.
Yes, Mayor. I'd just like to thank John McNally and all the other business owners who participated in the Winterfest. It's obviously, as everybody's mentioned, it's a great thing for the city. I also like to thank Tim Beaker for putting on another great hockey invitational, but I might add, this year he probably had the best goal judges he's ever had. So I just want to say that to Tim. All set.
Great. Thank you very much, Councilman. Councilman Cabowatton.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'm going to start off with thanking the staff. We had obviously a lot of things going on in town over the last couple of weeks. Most notably, everybody mentioned the Winterfest. Takes a lot of resources, takes a lot of people to support that, from police and fire to Tim Beaker's group and recreation with the showcase, and Kevin Sargent's team as well. Just managing operations and making sure roads are clear. We had a pretty hefty snowstorm come through not too long ago, and I know they were out in full force, did a great job in making sure roads were clear and operable, and people had safe travel. So thank you to all the employees for, again, everything that you do. It's very much appreciated. And also thank you to, obviously those folks that were involved in the Winterfest and the goaltenders over at the showcase and everything that, keeps this community as great as it is. Unfortunately, I was out of town skiing for a pre-planned ski trip, but I hear everything, it was a great time to be in Trenton over the weekend. So other than that, that's all I have for tonight, sir.
Great. Thank you very much, Councilman. Go to our other elected officials now. Madam Clerk, do you have anything for us tonight?
I would just like to mention that our next regular council meeting will be on Tuesday, February 21st. City Hall will be closed on Monday, February 20th for President's Day.
Thank you very much. Our assessor, Joni Barnett, do we have anything?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yep, absolutely.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I do have a few announcements today. Our business personal property statements were mailed at the beginning of January, and the filing deadline is Tuesday, February 21st. For small business owners, the taxpayer exemption claim has been raised from $80,000 true cash value to $180,000 true cash value. The state of Michigan has announced that the inflation rate this year is 7.9%, and the inflation rate multiplier will be capped at 5% for the 2023 taxable value calculations. This is the first year since Proposal A when the inflation rate is higher than the 5% cap. Trenton's assessed values are increasing this year on average for residential real property by 10.7%, for commercial real property by 3.7%, and for industrial real property by 1.1%. And all notice of assessments for the 23 tax year are scheduled to be mailed out by the end of February. And on behalf of our city treasurer, Mike McCullough, winter tax bills are due February 14th.
Yeah, Mike's got a great sign to add to it too, so it's hang on, I'm gonna pin this here for you.
And of course, everybody's going to be happy to pay them.
Thank you very much, Joni. We appreciate that. All right, Mike, we're gonna cue you up here real quick. All right, there you go. Oops, where'd you go? We lost you. Oop, if you want to try unmuting yourself, Mike. Oop, your video's off.
I think he thought he's done maybe.
There he is.
Anyways, I don't know if you heard me and can hear me.
We can hear you now. Yep.
Okay. I just want to reiterate what Joni had indicated. Thank you, Joni. Taxes are due February 14th. I just want to thank those folks that have stepped up, and we've seen a lot of them come in and have paid their taxes early. So if you don't want to pay an extra fee, please pay the taxes by February 14th. Thank you all very much.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Mike. We appreciate that. All righty. We'll go now to our department heads. If any of our department heads have anything, if you are on Zoom, feel free to use the raise hand feature and we'll get you queued up. But if not, you missed out. So we'll go to those in person here first. For any department heads wishing to speak, Donna, if you'd like to lead us off here.
Hi, I'm Donna from the library, and I just was so excited about everything going on this weekend. I wanted to let everyone know about what's happening at the library this week. We have local history on Tuesday. On Wednesday, we have Senator Darren Camilleri is coming down for a town hall. On Thursday, we have Dr. Heinz Plowman, who's going to be doing a career and life plan workshop that's going to be available in person and via Zoom. On Saturday, we have our monthly writers support workshop. And then later in February, on the 23rd, we have local author John Hardig coming to speak about the Great Lakes and his new book. And we have the DIA coming on that Saturday, February 25th, doing a museum presentation. In March, for March Histories Month, we have a Rosie the Riveter program, which I'm really excited about. So that's a really wonderful program on March 9th. And then on March 25th, we have a writer's workshop for fiction writers. And then in April, we have the National Kidney Foundation is coming to do a something called A Matter of Balance. It's a eight-week course of 2 hours a week, and they are going to be learning, seniors are going to be learning to deal with balance issues as well as increasing their activity levels. So I just wanted to give everyone a heads up that the library's not just about books, y'all. We got lots going on. That's
Awesome.
all.
Thank you very much. That's really exciting. We appreciate that.
Thank you.
All right. We got Paul Haley, Emergency Management Coordinator here.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor and Council. Earlier today, the CDC put out a new no-cost COVID testing site on their website. We have added it to the city's website, If you went to the city one, clicked on government, there's a COVID-19 information, all in caps. You click on that. Right on the list there for federal is the no cost. What it does is it gives you the opportunity to put in a zip code and how many miles in radius you want, and it will tell you every one of the sites, Walgreens, CVS, whatever, that has the ability to get a no-cost COVID test done. We've also given it to the library so that they could have it at their site, but we did put it on the website. I will give it to the clerk so she could put it in the notes, but it would be https:// with a couple of slashes, one word, testinglocator.cdc.gov, and a / and a capital S for the word search, SEARCH, and it'll take you right there. And you can do it for somebody else. You can do it for your aunts or kids that live in Arizona or anything like that, any zip code that you like, and it will give you the directions and the location for them to be able to click on it and get the information to make an appointment. Thank you.
Great. Thank you very much, Paul. I appreciate that. Alrighty. Tim from Parks and Rec coming back.
Thank you, Mayor. First of all, I want to say thank you to everyone for the kudos on the showcase this past weekend. The true thank you needs to go out to the hundreds of volunteers that did help put this on. And I just wanted to mention the volunteer committee that does put all the little details together for the showcase. We had Marianne Robinson, Bob Witkowski, Mark Gilstorf, Christy Oshevsky, Dava Springstead, and I know that I'll forget some more, so I apologize for that. But I do want to thank them all, John McDonald, for all of their hard work and effort they put in over the years. This isn't a new committee. They've been doing it for over 20 years, so it's phenomenal to see. So thank you very much.
Great. Thank you, Tim, and thank you, to all of them. That is no small feat. All right, no other department heads coming up. We'll go to public comment now. Anyone from the public wishing to speak, please begin with your name, address. Limit your comments to 5 minutes and direct all questions through me. If you're on the Zoom wishing to speak, please either under participants or reactions use the raise hand function. And we'll get you queued up from there. We'll go to folks in person first, then those on the Zoom. Not seeing any, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Moved and supported for adjournment at 8:08 p.m. See no further discussions. Unanimously so ordered. Thank you all, and see you on the 21st.